And a very good afternoon, good morning. It's non-farm payrolls day, the big main event of the month. Let's get stuck in. Interesting NFP print. Markets just rallying straight away higher on just relief that the ADP gloom that we saw midweek hasn't become a wider part of the US economic picture. So the headline, as expected, slightly higher. Prior was revised lower, but markets just looking through that for now. Average earnings nice and hot. So we've got inflation down, earnings up, President Trump tweeting about that, punching the air, NFP, US still adding jobs to the economy. So that's all positive for sentiment going in. But this average earnings, Donald Trump's tweeting about it, I could see markets getting a bit concerned. If earnings are going up too high, then that means there's inflationary pressures, which will mean the Fed will be less likely to cut interest rates. So that should actually force equities lower. So watch out for two-way action as we head into the session. Could be quite tricky. Now, if you just take a look at around markets, we had that spat, didn't we, overnight? Elon Musk and Donald Trump having a very public fallout. You can see Elon Musk, very upset about Donald Trump, the things he's been saying, and then Elon Musk has been saying, Donald Trump's in the Epstein files. And if you look at their Twitter feeds, you can just see it's big battle going on between Elon Musk and Donald Trump right now. And that fallout sent equity markets sharply lower overnight. They have recovered, but don't be fooled. This is going to blow up probably further unless Elon Musk and Donald Trump can stop having such a public fallout between the two of them. Now, looking around markets, you can see that the broad consensus is up on the strong US jobs, volatility down, Eurostoxx, DAX up, NASDAQ, Dow, S&P 500 futures all up, but just we'll see if that carries on. Yields moving high. I think that's an interesting tell, is that print is probably seen as a little bit of inflationary. Let me just have a look if I can see a reaction to that. So slightly hawkish reaction expected. So the Fed's expected to stay a little bit higher for longer after that print. So what that means, there's two things the market's balancing up: higher rates, which is equity negative, but you can see here yields pushing up, or you can see the market will start focusing on strong US jobs. So at the moment, it's strong US jobs that's taking the limelight, but remember that could change. Gold just finding pressure on that sort of slightly better outlook. And if you take a look at the dollar is stronger and higher on that. So dollar enjoying that, yen lower, it's dollar yen upside. Makes sense intraday in the FX world. You can see that's pushing higher. Euro dollar selling makes sense. And the thing we have to be aware of is there could be two-way price action. Now, if you just look at the futures market, you can see we're moving up now into this very key head, this top around the 6,000 region. You can see we've got resistance, 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 false break. We're heading into that resistance. It's a developing weekly value area high. So really, we want to push above that area if we can. Any pullbacks to the 5,980 look attractive for buying. Looking on the 15-minute chart, you can see, look, price has moved up, but look, price has moved up even as the deltas move lower. So I could see people fading this because of the inflationary print with those earnings high. So just got to keep an eye on that. And you can see that the delta, although positive from the start of the session, let's just hang on. Let me just check the start of the session delta. Delta, although positive from the start, is now heading negative. So watch out for some toppy price action up there. Could easily see a little bit of a top. 15-minute, we've moved up to this value area high, developing value area. We're just stuck there. From the 5-minute, we're seeing sellers coming in on volume. And even here, that moved higher, but the delta's moving lower. So you've got divergence going on. Price up, delta down. So there is absorption going on there. And on the 1-minute, you can see that a little bit more clearly. Price up, delta down. So watch out. Could see some sellers come in here. Definitely worth keeping an eye on. If we see these kind of sellers get trapped, then we could see a little run higher here. But for now, this is just capping prices. We saw these buyers trap those sellers there, but there wasn't a reaction to it. Buyers trapped sellers. We've moved back, found a little bit of support around the bottom. So sellers haven't been able to trap these buyers. So these buyers are still in control. But really, we need to see those buyers push up and away from that level. So that's what we want to see. And if we see buyers pushing up and away, that would not be unreasonable for a little bit more upside. If we did see that, you can see buyers trying to have a go at that now. Buyers trapping sellers here, trapping sellers there. All right. But can they move higher above those highs? If they can get above those highs, then I would consider another little long there, because that is above this region. You could see the sellers getting trapped, and they could bail up quite quickly, potentially. So got 5 minutes, got 1 minute to the 5-minute close. Let's see how this is doing. Okay, so here we go. If we get 1 minute buyers trapping those sellers, that would be something to go for. Let's see if we get it. So 5 minute, have trapped some of those sellers there. So, all right, if I get anyone trapped, I want to see these guys trapped here above this area, then that's worth going for. So on the 5, buyers have trapped some of these sellers here. Fine. Okay, what do we see on the 1? We want to see these positional sellers getting trapped. Okay, 1 minute. Still haven't trapped them. Sellers coming in. All right, sellers trying to come in there. Sellers getting trapped up there now. Buyers trap these sellers here. Go for it. Go for a quick long there. That looks good enough to me. See if you get a little quick shove higher. If you get that's it. Got close on the 1 minute. Should be enough for them.
And just making some comments from SNB President Schlegel. Does note the SNB does support government's banking stability proposals.
Oh, I'm out of break even. Just trying to go for it. Got to be careful that delta doesn't creep in. Nice bit of positive delta building there. You can see those buyers came in, but they haven't been able to trap those sellers yet. So we attempted a breakout there, didn't we? But is it a fake out? That's the risk up here. Right, coming to a 15-minute close. Right, do we get them closing? Yeah. So that's 15-minute trap, right? Let's see if we get anything there. All right, let's try that. See if that now pushes higher. Got 15-minute trapped. There we go. Bit of a move. It's tricky. All right, I was gonna wait to the open now. It's just I've got a nice 15-minute guys trap there. That's the nice thing about this. So 15-minute buyers. Delta now pushing positive. Some of those sellers jumping out. Sellers trapped. Don't mind this going wrong. Don't mind this at all. Can we get it? That's the question. Maybe another go at it. Yeah, another little go at it here with buyers coming up, trapping those sellers again. There she goes. Got another chance, see if we can get a little bit something out of this.
Via the Indian Foreign Ministry, India and 5 Central Asian countries express interest in joint exploration of rare earths and critical minerals. Just getting a few more comments here from the SNB. It does support amendment in the areas of capital and liquidity requirements for systemically important banks, early intervention and recovery and resolution planning. And the measures planned are key to strengthening banks' resilience and their resolvability in a crisis, and thus the stability of the financial system. Just SNB there.
Right, I'll take that out. Right, just a nice little quick run higher on that. Right, that'll do. Hey, Mark Anthony. Good morning to you. Nice little breakout on that 15 and on the 5 as well. Buyers trapping sellers. Away we go. So some of those that early delta getting trapped negatively, which is good. A strong movement, but delta is negative. So we've had this false break of this channel, which I've tried to take a couple of times and got stopped out a few times trying to go with the channel break, and then buyers going above the sellers, above the point of control. So twice above the point of control, twice getting trapped into that. So we're going to call that a day for now and shake myself off and come back fresh next week. In terms of what to look at going forward, strong area 6,000. So you got sellers trapped there. So this is a good area to look for dip buying. And you can see Nadjem was pointing out that these sellers got trapped here on the 15. So we've moved in, found some dip buying there at deeper prices. And you got some sellers trapped there by buyers. So with sellers being trapped by buyers here, just keep an eye. Could be possible to see a bit of a turnaround, but you just need to see a better, a better setup than what we've got now. Probably best to wait for a deeper pullback and then more of a consolidation. Hopefully the delta turning positive. Just keep an eye. That delta's negative, and that's not helping things. All right, folks. Take care. Have a very nice weekend, everyone. I look forward to seeing you next weekend. Bye for now.